Yo, what is up, guys? Today I'm gonna be looking through the new patch notes of patch 6.1D. This is a huge patch. I mean, I'm scrolling through everything. I'm not gonna look at what's actually happened, but there is so many champion changes. Like the whole meta is getting turned around, and yeah, well, all I can do is just read through it and tell you guys my thoughts about it. So yeah, let's go read through it. So tick boom, Zilean makes his debut this patch, along with a new wild pass, companion, and a balance patch, blah blah blah. So we get Zilean. I have no idea what Zilean does or whatever, but he gets released June 13th at 12 a.m. UTC. Okay, so very soon. Wild pass. I'm gonna go through this real quick because I don't really care about this type of stuff. But yeah, here, this is what we actually care about. Champion changes. Welcome to patch 6.1D. By the way, I want to remind you, doing a skin giveaway this month. Just put on a comment under this video to enter the skin giveaway. In the next video, I'm picking the winners for May. Also, give this video a like. It really supports the channel a lot. So welcome to patch 6.1D. This patch we have our Ambessa. Ambessa is getting reworked. I didn't even know that. What the hell? I'm missing out on stuff. So Ambessa is getting reworked and a mini rework for Fiora. Additionally, we're continuing to keep an eye on the jungle and want to give a few more champions some buffs to help them be a more viable pick, like Darius and Jax. Oh boy, really, Darius and Jax. Additionally, we know that some of our other junglers have been struggling to keep up. Okay, we're also giving a handful of buffs to Nunu, that's good. Fiddlesticks, that's good. I actually recently made a Fiddlesticks video and I realized he's really not that strong. Even though I was destroying the enemy, I still lost the game. Pantheon also needs a buff, yes. Diana, I would say, also needs a buff. With Fiddlesticks and Nunu getting some attention this patch, keep an extra eye out for a Scarecrow in the bush or the wild Snowball gang. To round things out, we've also got a few buffs for some mid laners and dragon laners who need an extra boost. And we're nerfing some of the champions that have been doing scary amounts of damage. Looking at you, Nocturne. Yeah, Nocturne is ridiculously strong. So, Ambessa. Apparently she's getting reworked. Let's take a look. In the current patch, Ambessa's late game cleanup and passive damage exceed reasonable counterplay. I wouldn't say so. I think she's fairly similar to Riven, and in the late game, she actually falls off. I don't really know why they're saying that her late game cleanup exceed reasonable counterplay. I don't think so, but whatever. Drifting off from a core design of precise positioning to trigger her passive. We're removing her passive. They're making her easier. I kind of saw this coming because Ambessa was way too difficult already. Like that, you know, there's no way they're leaving her like this. But are they really gonna rework Riven in the future as well? Because Riven is also of similar difficulty, but now Ambessa is gonna be a lot easier because they're removing her passive refresh mechanic and shifting part of the damage into her first ability's burst for better fight rhythm, while adding armor penetration and ability vamp to balance the trade-off. Plus her second ability gains new outplay depth. Slowly but steadily, Wild Rift keeps becoming an easier game. And Ambessa is one of those champions that the really good player loves to play. Like the highly skilled player loves to play champions like, you know, Camille, Fiora, Ambessa, Riven, those types of champions. These champions hold special places in the hearts of certain players. And I know that. You know, I'm the type of player that plays everything. So obviously for me, this is great, right? Like making champions easier is good for me, makes it easier for me to play them on a high level because I play everything. But for people that specifically want to master a couple of champions, this is terrible because if you master a champion, you're not going to be that much better now than someone that's just good with the champion. This gap is being made smaller, right? Like this gap between the absolute masters of these champions and just the good player goes from this to this, right? It's being made smaller by these changes. So let's actually take a look at what the changes are. Drakehound Step, this is her passive. So the adjustment is bonus damage. So the way it works, if you hit an ability, or if you dash with Ambessa, which she dashes after every ability, your next basic attack becomes empowered. So it's now, what is getting changed? It doesn't do target's maximum health damage. It just does damage now. It doesn't do damage based on a maximum health. Okay, sure. First ability. Oh, this is a lot. What is happening? So damage in a semicircle. So the first part of the first ability is gonna do... Oh, that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. Never mind. It's okay. Because now her first ability does the percentage HP damage, not the passive anymore. Like the actual first ability does it. And then the second part does even more damage. Interesting. Damage along the path. Yeah, everything now does percentage damage. So they're literally shifting the passive to the first ability, which is very interesting that they do that. And then the second, okay, that actually changes my mind. That's okay. So they're not changing the fundamental basics of this champion. You still have to make the outplays, but it's just changed for some reason to the first ability. And now the second ability, she's now immune to crowd control. That's actually really good. This actually makes the champion even more difficult to play, because now you have to play around this immune crowd control. The cooldown goes up, of course, because it's stronger now. And then damage of the shockwave is gonna be increased, okay? Shockwave damage dealt when damage successfully blocked is gonna be increased as well. Okay, like this is actually okay, because they're not making her easier. I misunderstood. It is a little bit easier to play because it's a bit easier to, I guess, play around the first ability. But this just changes Ambessa a little bit, the way you have to play it. But it doesn't make her easier to play, not much. So her ultimate now does not, if the enemy champions just receive damage from Ambessa, I'm not taking down in 3 seconds, all energy will be restored. That's not going to happen anymore. They removed that. Okay. Now, restore health according to health lost. That also got removed. Now, she gets a passive armor penetration and vampirism. This is probably stronger. Because even if you miss your ultimate, which can happen when you play Ambessa, you're actually benefiting from this still. So this makes Ambessa easier. It's not going to be as important to hit your ultimate anymore. A new active, she now gains damage reduction while she's unstoppable. So you can actually now, instead of using this as an engage, you can use this in the middle of a fight to get that damage reduction for like 1 second or something, or 1.5 seconds, just to be a bit tankier as well. So I think this makes Ambessa stronger. Okay, next up we got Fiora. Apparently she's getting a rework as well. So I'm not going to guess if she's getting buffed or nerfed because she's getting reworked. So on guard, we've reworked the duelist weak spot mechanic to allow frequent weak spot hits in late game team fights. The passive now marks enemies' vital points more quickly. I love that. Do you know how many times I've engaged on the enemy too quickly because the mark didn't go on them yet? This is a huge change. And the ultimate removes the activation delay. This as well. Do you know how badly I hated the activation delay on her ultimate? I love this change. And this is actually a change that makes Fiora Masters better. This is actually one of the only changes I've ever seen in Wild Rift that is actually going to benefit the absolute best Fiora players the most. This change. Because now, see, normally when you activate Fiora's ultimate, your Fiora players are going to know what I'm talking about. You're going to have to wait like 1 second or something before charging in. Because when you charge in too early, even though there is a visual effect of the ultimate, it's not going to proc, which is extremely annoying. But now, apparently, there is no more activation delay. If you ult, your ult immediately goes on the enemy, which is huge because you could just boom, 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 insta one-shot the enemy. Now Fiora is able to break vital points immediately. Love it. I love it. Dude, I'm gonna love Fiora now. Oh, baby. The movement speed of Lunge also now scales with movement speed. Increasing flexibility after multiple vital hits, okay? The range of targeting vitals has been increased, really? And you can now select neutral temporary targets. Okay, so let's take a look at what actually happens. This is her passive. Reveals and marks vitals on nearby enemy champions for... What is that? Is that how long it takes if you get out of range of an enemy that it removes the vital? Is that it? I'm not exactly sure what that is. Reveals and marks vitals on enemy champions. I don't know exactly what that means. I think it's just the duration it takes for a mark to be gone. Or to be revealed. It's gonna take a little bit... I don't know what... Actually, I don't even know what this is. So new, the duration of vitals mark will reduce with Grand Challenge level up. Oh, what does this mean? The duration of vitals mark will reduce with Grand Challenge level. I don't know what this means. Can someone in the comments tell me what this change means? And if you guys see someone say it and it's correct, give that comment a like so other people can see it as well. Because honestly, I have no idea what this means. Lunge. This is first ability. Speed of lunge will be impacted by movement speed. So the faster you are, the faster your first ability is gonna proc. That's good. May select a neutral or enemy temporary target with lower priority, including wards, traps, and fruits, etc. So you can now hit wards and traps with the first ability. So that means Fiora on level 1 can take an entire ward down. Nice. Surge range of vitals increased. So the range is going to be increased. And the damage is going to be increased as well. Yeah, this is supposed to be... oh wait, no, it's going to be decreased by 10. This is supposed to be 105, but they forgot to write down the 5. And now the most important, this is the most important change. And I'm telling you, this is going to make Fiora infinitely better. Grand Challenge. Cancel the 0.5 seconds waiting for market vitals. Oh my god, this change, I've been waiting for this change for years. This 0.5 seconds has lost me so many fights because of me going in too early. It's unreal. So now, what is this? This is new. 0.25, 0.5, 0.75 reduced for marking vitals. Wait a minute. Wait. Does this mean how long it takes? So after you kill a vital on the enemy, after you hit a vital, it takes 1.75 seconds to get another vital. Now it's going to take 2 seconds to get another vital after you get one. And now upgrading your ultimate is going to reduce that duration up to or down to 1.25 seconds. So this means if you proc a vital on an enemy, when you have max leveled ultimate, it is now only gonna take 1.25 seconds to reveal another vital, which then means you can just proc vitals super quickly. That's what it means. I'm pretty sure that's what it means. And I'm pretty sure the comment is gonna say the same thing of the person that knows what this means. Do you know how extremely insane this change is? This change actually makes Fiora so much more difficult to play, because I can assure you Fiora is going to get nerfed after this. Guaranteed she's going to get nerfed, because the Fiora masters will abuse the hell out of the enemies with this change. I'm telling you, like, this is ridiculously strong. Her damage output is almost going to be able to double with this. Ult no longer stacks runes. Not sure what that exactly means. Maybe the ult would stack Conqueror for no reason, but whatever. This change on Fiora is ridiculously powerful. Darius. We already saw that Darius is getting buffed, right? So, hemorrhage. Always when I read this, I read it as hemorrhoids, which is like when you have pimples in your ass, basically. I don't know why, but I always misread it like that. Whatever. So, Darius is getting buffed. His hemorrhage damage, which is his bleeding damage, is getting increased, which is extremely strong, by the way. And the attack damage boost with full stacks is also getting increased, especially early game. Level 1 Darius is going to be an absolute menace to deal with. Oh boy. He got mostly buffed early game, and he's going to be unbeatable level 1. I'm telling you, absolutely unbeatable. 32 additional attack damage, 3 extra bleed damage, and you can have 5 stacks of bleed. He's going to be unbeatable level 1. Jax, his second ability, oh, Jax jungle, baby. His second ability is going to do a whole lot more damage to jungle camps. So Jax jungle is going to be viable again. This increases his jungle clear by a couple of seconds, which matters a lot, of course. Next up, we got Nunu. We already saw Nunu's getting buffed. So first ability is going to do more damage based on bonus health. And it's going to heal you a bit more, which is pretty good, actually, because I felt like his first ability is already pretty decent, but this is going to make it very, very strong. His ultimate also gives a little bit more shielding, which just makes him tankier. Not much of a buff over here, but this one is the biggest part of the buff, really. He just does more damage. And this is actually quite significant, really. And yeah, this is quite significant. He just becomes tankier and more annoying to deal with. Fiddlesticks. Bountiful Harvest. So, base damage per second. That's his second ability. It does 10 extra base damage per second. It also provides him 5% more healing, which is good. His ultimate cooldown gets reduced by 10 seconds. This is insane, because now you can just buy full damage and not have to build, you know, Awakened Soulstealer. Or you can go Awakened Soulstealer and Malignance and just basically have 0 ult cooldown. Whatever you do, this is a huge buff. This one, because the entire kit of Fiddlesticks is his ultimate. So his ultimate getting the cooldown reduced by 10 seconds is massive. Next up we got Pantheon. Pantheon is indeed quite weak in the current meta. So let's take a look at what's happening to him. They're just simply buffing his first ability. The base damage is going to be 10 higher, and the critical strike damage is also going to be 10 higher. Okay, fine. Nice. This is not going to change too much. This is just a bit of a buff to his damage. Next up we got Diana. Her passive, which every 3 attacks she does bonus damage, is getting increased. So it's going to be, instead of 15, 20 damage. That's it. So this is an early game buff. She's just getting an early game buff. And her third ability is just getting an across the board buff. It's going to do more damage late game, more flat damage, and more scaling damage. Okay, fine. That's actually fine. Not too much of a buff. She's not going to be broken, probably. This is just fine. Next up, we got Katarina. What is happening to Katarina? I think she's getting buffed. She's getting 8 extra health per level, which is going to mean she's going to have 120 extra health at max level, which is quite significant. Veracity, which is when she picks up her daggers, which basically is her main damage. So 40 plus champion level times 15 plus 100% attack damage, and then this, all of this. What is getting increased? The flat damage is the same, 15 times 100% attack damage. Instead of 4%, wait, no, instead of champion level times 4, it's champion level times 4.5. So let me see. 30 plus champion level times 4% ability power. Now it's 30 plus champion level times 4.5. So basically, the higher her level, the more damage she gets. Yes. So just a late game, but this is all a late game buff for Katarina. And then preparation, which is her, what ability is this? Movement speed gained. I don't know what ability this is. Oh, second ability. She just gets a bit more movement speed during her second ability, which is going to allow her to dodge more abilities more effectively. Ari. I actually think Ari should get nerfed, by the way. I feel like she's a bit too strong. But she's getting buffed. Her base health goes from 600 to 630. Okay. Just stronger early game. Her first ability, let's see, it does more damage, 5% extra AP. So late game, that's gonna do more damage. And of course, the retrieving orc, which is gonna do true damage, is also gonna do more damage. Her second ability now, new target searching range will be temporarily increased when Ari's basic attack or charm hits enemy champion or epic monster. So if you charm an enemy, the range is gonna increase. Wow. And it will cast quicker with an enemy targeted. Okay, sure. Surely Yasuo is getting nerfed. This champion is too strong. Way of Wanderer, he's getting buffed. No way. Wait. What is this? The shield value goes from 100 to 485. Now it goes from 115 to 500 plus 100% of your critical strike. So it can add another 100 depending on how much crit you have. So you're gonna have a lot more shielding than before. Okay. His first ability scales harder with attack damage, 5% extra scaling. And of course the critical strike will scale a bit more as well. His third ability, there's no way Yasuo is getting this big of a buff. Like seriously, there's no way. His third ability cooldown on the same target is getting reduced. Am I reading this correctly? Bonus armor penetration gained with critical strike. 30% to 50%. Just wait. 50% armor penetration. 50%. You can go full crit on Yasuo and have 50% armor penetration. Add a Blade of the Rune King and your percentage HP damage is gonna shred 50% of the armor. Why is Yasuo getting such a huge buff? What is this? Am I reading it wrong or something? Like, why is he getting such a tremendous buff? Well, whatever, let's move on. I mean, this is crazy. If I read this correctly, Yasuo is gonna be broken tier, not S+ broken tier. Samira, I think she's gonna get buffed. She feels a little bit lackluster. Movement speed increase per level up on her passive is going to be, instead of 3.5, 4%. So with maximum stack, she's going to be quite a lot faster. Flare, which is her first ability, I believe, is going to do more percentage attack damage, 10% extra per level. Her third ability is going to give her more attack speed. All of this makes sense. They're not buffing her ultimate, which is already strong enough, especially if you're playing duo queue. They're buffing her individual ability. So if your support is like trash, you're going to be able to hold your ground. I can guarantee you Draven is getting buffed as well. He feels very, very lackluster. Damage bonus. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh boy, 10% extra damage on his spinning axe. I need to make a new Draven video then. Thresh needs to get buffed as well. Thresh feels a little bit lackluster too. So base attack damage goes from 54 to 58. This is actually quite a big buff, even though it may not seem like it, because Thresh's level 1 already is kind of strong. And now his basic attacks are going to hurt even more. And this perhaps opens up the window for some on-hit Thresh builds as well. And I'm thinking about some cool videos that I can do here. Death Sentence, which is his first ability, I think. Whatever it is, cooldown gets reduced, so he's going to have more CC. Nautilus probably going to get nerfed. He feels way too strong. Oh my god. Nautilus is wreaking havoc in legendary rank. Everyone is picking him and he's getting buffed and he's so annoying. He gets 8 extra health per level, which again, like max level is 120 extra health. 0.7 armor extra per level. His first ability is going to do more damage, especially early game. And his third ability is going to do more damage, especially early game. This is ridiculous. How is Nautilus getting all of these buffs? That makes no sense. That actually makes no sense. How is he getting all these buffs? This is going to make Nautilus S+ tier, I guarantee you. Volibear obviously getting nerfed, like the most broken champion in top lane. Health regeneration under Frenzy is going to get... Oh, huge nerf. 2% nerf on the lost health healing. Wow, that is big. And the shield duration on the third ability also gets reduced, but this is actually the big nerf. He's not going to be able to heal as much. He's going to do the exact same damage, but he's just not going to be able to heal as much when he's low HP. So when you're super low and you use that stone plate and whatnot, you're not going to be able to heal as much anymore. Nocturne obviously getting nerfed, he's too strong. Duskbringer, that's his first ability, is going to do less damage. Additional attack damage gained on Tusk Trail. He's also going to get less attack damage in the late game. He's not going to be able to do as much damage when he's in his first ability. Corki should get nerfed as well. Probably his true damage needs to get nerfed. Yeah, that's basically happening because he's getting 4 less base attack damage. His third ability is Gatling Gun is going to do less damage too. Less base damage, 5 less. This is actually really going to hurt him early game. Like really, really a lot. Because it's 5 damage per second. You're going to lose a lot of damage overall with this. And then also less scaling from 60 to 55%. And then the shield target, the shredding target's armor and magic resist is going to go down as well in the late game. Okay, this makes sense. I like it. Seraphine, I think her shielding is going to get nerfed. Specifically her shielding. Hey. I knew it exactly. Her shielding is getting nerfed because it's way too broken. 2 seconds longer cooldown on her second ability. And then the shield also gets reduced by a lot. Look at this. 10 less base shielding and 35% to 25%. This doesn't kill support Seraphine, but this absolutely destroys her. Like, she's not going to be good anymore as a support. Not at all. I'm going to skip the A, RAM, and whatever. I don't really care about this. Let's take a look if there's any item changes or whatever. We're going to skip all of this stuff, whatever. Oh, there's the... Oh, here we go. A-RAM, flood... Here, system changes. Outer turrets and inner turrets now have additional armor and magic resist, which will take effect in the first 3 to 6 minutes of the game respectively, and gradually decay as the game progresses. Outer turret and inner turret. Okay. The outer turret gain additional armor and magic resist that decays from 300 to 0 over 3 minutes. And then the next one, which is going to be the inner turret, gain additional armor and magic. You know why they're doing this? You know why they're doing this? This is specifically done to counter a specific playstyle that is actually never done in Europe. This is hilarious. Because you may be wondering, who the hell takes the inner turret before 6 minutes, and that's Chinese gameplay. In Chinese Wild Rift, there's this playstyle where you can take the Rift Herald or the whatever the enchanted ensemble or something. You take it and you basically pick Rengar and you push the first turret, and then the next one, and then the next one, and then you put down the Herald and you end the game. But now you cannot do it anymore because 600 armor magic resist, you're never going to be able to take down the inner turret. And then the outer turret, neither can you take that one down. So they're specifically countering that Chinese playstyle. I love how they've kind of hidden it all the way on the bottom, you know. Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. Also, if you're interested, you know, these new items that are getting introduced in AARAM, they're actually getting tested. These items are potentially coming into the game. Probably they are coming into the game. So like whenever a champion does it in 3 seconds of you having damaged them, it refunds armor penetration. What is this? 20% plus 0.2% armor penetration of your ultimate ability's total cooldown. Well, whatever, man. What are these crazy items? So yeah, that's it. All right. Let me know your thoughts on these patch notes. Pretty long video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next Wild Rift video. Bye-bye.